Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault, and today I'm coming to you with another From the Vault video. I haven't done one of these in some time. The From the Vault series is where I bring out guns of my own personal collection, just kind of show them off. I've been doing so many range reports lately of guns that have been lent to the channel either from other people or manufacturers that I really haven't shown off anything from my collection in some time. Well, today I'm going to show off my MP5 collection, mainly because I recently acquired a new one. But the MP5 is a gun that I fell in love with way back in the late 1990s playing video games like Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, about an elite SWAT team. I really had never heard about the gun before then. I really didn't know a lot about guns back then, but I knew this was a really cool gun in that game, and I really wanted one. Then I discovered how expensive they were. And of course, back in the late 1990s, we were still dealing with the Clinton-era assault weapons ban. So I thought I would never own one. And then I guess here I am almost 25 years later. And I have 3 of them. And I kind of want to show them off. Now, I've actually had another one, and I'm going to talk about that one in a moment because that kind of leads into the story about my latest one. But let me show off the ones I have here first in kind of the order that I got them. The first one here is an HK MP5K. So it's the new production of the MP5K. Obviously, this is semi-automatic only. And before anybody asks, yes, I have a tax stamp for every one of these guns you see on the table. I've been getting a lot of people commenting on my videos lately, asking, do you have a tax stamp for that? Did you know that's an illegal SBR? No, it is not. I actually have a Form 1 on every single one of these guns. So this is the SP5K, and when I bought it, HK was not importing them with the threaded and the 3-lug barrel. So this is actually a B&T aftermarket barrel, and obviously I've added a B&T stock and the B&T tri-rail with the vertical foregrip here in the front. Everything else is pretty much the same. The people that replace the barrel, because I know people are going to ask, is going to be TPM Outfitters in Dallas, Texas. They did a fantastic job on this and actually did it within 1 day. This is a really cool gun, and at the time it was the only style of MP5 that I could get because they were not importing the full-size ones. I've always liked the looks and the feel of the full-size ones more than the K version. But this is the one that I was able to get. In fact, I even sold my Colt Python to acquire this. And obviously, as I said, I've invested some money in some accessories and got the tax stamp. So this is my SP5K. I think it's really, really cool. I do like the folding stock on these, though. They're a lot more sturdy than the telescoping stocks, but I know the telescoping stocks obviously are way cooler, but I like the feel of this one. Then, finally, we have the fulfillment of a dream to have a full-size HK MP5. This is the SP5. This is the full-size. And I acquired this one, I don't know, maybe a year ago or so, because finally HK started to import the full-size versions of the SP5K, and I was able to get one from Shields, and I wanted to make it match my other guns. So I wanted to add all of the B&T accessories. So I have the B&T tri-rail here in the front, same vertical foregrip. I didn't have to replace the barrel because this one already came with a factory 3-lug and threaded barrel. And I added a B&T telescoping stock to this. Really, really nice. Very interesting look on this gun. And as I said, this was kind of a fulfillment of a long-time fantasy to own a real HK MP5. And obviously this is semi-automatic only. But it doesn't matter. It is still one heck of a cool gun. Now, I mentioned that I did own another MP5 in the past, and that was actually my first MP5 Clone. And that gun was made by a company called Special Weapons. Now, I bought it back in probably about 2010, 2011 or 2012. I'd have to go back and check my records. But that gun was about the only thing I could afford at the time. Back then, before we had all of these other MP5 clones coming into the country from companies like Zenith, you either had to get a custom-made one or you had to go and buy an HK94 and have it SBR'd. And sometimes that would cost about $4,000 just to get the gun. Then you'd have the investment of converting it and all that mess. And that was a lot out of my price range at the time. So I ended up buying a Special Weapons version of the HK94. And that gun was a hot mess. Let me tell you, that company did not have a stellar reputation for putting out guns that were in spec. All of the receivers on MP5s are really supposed to be stamped, and the one that I got from Special Weapons was a cast receiver. Now the gun definitely did look the part, but it definitely had some problems. And I did my best to replace many of the poor quality parts with German-made parts. And it still just didn't run well. I actually tried to do a range report on that gun, and I was having major malfunctions. I was having the bolt carrier and the bolt stick in the back of the receiver. And I finally broke down going, you know, I know this gun is kind of a piece of junk. This receiver is never going to be right. So I took that gun to TPM Outfitters in Dallas, and I said, listen guys, I have a lot of quality parts on this gun, but this receiver sucks. You guys know it sucks. So I want you to chop this receiver up. I'm going to delist it from the NFA registry. I'm going to buy a receiver from you guys, and then I want you to turn it into a pistol that I can SBR. And so they took off all of the quality parts, all of the HK parts that I had. I mean, I had an HK bolt carrier, an HK bolt, and a few other high quality US parts such as an RCM barrel. I think the trunnion in this is an RCM, a few other very notable high quality parts. And they cut that gun up and they built me a receiver, and I said, hey, I also wanted an RAL 8000, which is their FDE, but some people call it baby poop brown. And after about 9 months of waiting, I got this. And man, am I happy. Now this one has more of the classic look. So this is actually marked MP5-N. Some people are going to ask what the N stands for. It stands for Navy. So it has the threaded barrel and the 3-lug system on the front. And this is their receiver. It is stamped, painted in an awesome color, and they transferred over all of the other parts. And I even had an HK telescoping stock for this. Now this is a stock that I bought, I don't know, probably about 5 years ago when I was really trying to upgrade that SW5 unsuccessfully. And back then, this was a really expensive stock at HK Parts. This is a Action 3 stock, I believe is the term. In fact, the bolt and bolt carry in this is from the Action 3 series. Now they'll use what's called the F series, which is based off of a French police contract. So the bolt design is a little bit different, the bolt face or something, and they use a different stock. But this is more of the classic look. I think I bought this stock from HK Parts for $299, which I thought was really a lot back then. But it turns out that this stock today, because it hasn't been manufactured in some time, and a lot of people really want it, goes for about $1,800 if you can find it. So my $300 investment on just the stock is between $1,500 and $1,800. I've seen them both go for about that price online, and this one is brand new. I mean, I've never really used it. I mean, obviously I installed it, but it hasn't really seen any action at all. But this is a super high quality gun made by one of the gunsmiths in the United States that is really known for making high quality MP5 clones. So this thing has a lot of real HK parts on it. It's just a US made receiver and has some other US parts on it. But so it's completely 922R compliant, as are these other guns over here. I know people are going to ask. There are tons of parts that you can go and buy at HK Parts that are US made parts that can make your guns 922R compliant. So don't ask me in the comment section below what I changed and where I got them. Just go online, look at the forums, go to hkparts.net. You guys can go check it all out there and buy the appropriate things if you care about 922R. I always follow the law. I think 922R is stupid, but I just want to put that out there because I know everyone's going to ask me in the comment section below. But this gun here definitely meets 922R because it has lots of US parts on it, but a lot of German parts that really count. So here, let me give you guys a close-up version of this awesome gun. And I know some of you guys are going to say that's a stupid color. Well, I disagree, but you guys don't have to worry because it's not your gun. It's my gun. And I love my gun. So that's all that matters, and it was worth every penny. So this gun actually started out as an SW5, and I think the only thing on this gun that is original to the gun that I bought way back in 2012, I think is the charging handle here on the cocking tube, and maybe the front handguard. I think that is it. Everything else has been changed. So that's it. So that's my MP5 collection. What do you guys think? A little from the vault video and a little story I thought you guys might want to hear. And if you guys like the MP5, let me know in the comments section below. But this is a gun that I've always been fascinated by. People know the name of from just seeing the silhouette. And having these 3 guns is just a fulfillment of a childhood dream. These things are freaking awesome. And I do agree with a lot of people that they probably are the best submachine gun and probably the best pistol caliber carbine in the last 60 years. If you've never gotten to shoot one, go shoot one. They shoot like a dream. The recoil impulse is like nothing else because they use a roller delayed system. It is like nothing else. And it's pretty much a version of a scaled down German G3 rifle, just chambered in 9mm. So there you go. My HK MP5 collection with 1 clone, but with a lot of HK parts. What do you guys think? Do you guys own any HK clones or HK MP5s at all? I would love to know. And do you guys agree with my assessment that it is just the coolest gun of all time? So let me know in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.